let's actually quickly skip to fucking Tim Dillon. Let's go to Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon on his Patreon actually says some really funny things regarding the Epstein files and the fact that the US government has decided that there's nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Epstein did indeed kill himself. There is no client list. Everything that you've heard of directly from them wasn't true. Was a misspoke. They misspoke. Nothing to see here. Get on with your normal lives. Even Trump snapped at the reporters and shit. Trump is even snapping. So anyway, Tim Dillon had some thoughts to say. I think it's at the beginning of this episode. Actually, it's a Patreon episode. Let me play a little bit of it so you can hear Tim Dillon's thoughts. Tim Dillon's fucking hilarious. So Tim Dillon and Ray Kump on interesting developments to the Trump administration regarding Jeffrey Epstein. I wonder if it has anything to do with Trump maybe feeling like he's complicit. They want to release it. Who knows? Let's play it anyway. Big up Tim Dillon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Patreon episode. Our special guest, Ray Kump.
Hello.
Reacting to some fun news. Pam Bondi, who's what is she again? The Attorney General?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe also Surgeon General. I'm not sure.
She's all of the generals. She might be an actual general in the military as well.
She dropped the bombs on Iran.
So Pam Bondi came out, was like, there's nothing more to hear about the Epstein case.
Right. Whoever this Epstein guy was.
Whoever he was.
I'm not sure he existed.
We don't really know.
I think he was a doctor. Is that what he was? A doctor?
He was misunderstood.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're on the edge of getting into like a real character profile of him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it feels like we're on the edge of like, well, you know, he was kind of a misanthrope.
They're gonna make a movie about him, like with starring like Sacha Baron Cohen. Like he's actually, he was undercover.
He was actually trying to save the children.
Right.
He was a good guy. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. I have no investment, obviously, in the Trump team's, crusade for justice, which we all know at this point is fake.
I'm getting a posse going.
Right? I mean, it is just funny. Here's what I would say, and I said this to my producer earlier. I was like, it's not so. I never thought you were going to see every CEO, walking the plank.
Right.
It's the way they've chosen to do this.
Right.
The haphazard, incompetent, blatantly false way they've chosen to do it, that's an insult to the intelligence of people. There was nothing artful about the way they did this.
That's a good point. That's the thing. It's done with so much like disregarding, but I guess it's done with a reason. The reason they did it like that, and they didn't even try to lie in a sophisticated way, and it's done in a way to kind of insult, American public's, intelligence, or the world, over in general, is that I think they know deep down that their base is going to believe it. It's going to be okay with it. I think Trump believes, and probably is true in thinking that his MAGA base, the right wingers that he has now in his pocket, they're going to get in line, and they're going to slowly but surely be walking back anything they would have said that would have hinted towards them thinking Jeffrey Epstein didn't in fact kill himself, and that there was a client list, and blah, 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 blah. They're all going to fall in line. Now Trump has said, there's nothing to talk about, let's move on. Now Trump is trying to use, actually, that video is actually is scummy. That video is scummy. Actually, Trump is actually trying to use the flood in Texas to actually divert the attention away from what's going on with this list, or the lack thereof. So the reason why they're insulting everyone's intelligence, because they know they can get away with it.
Oh, it's almost like, it's kind of thing where the method is the message.
Yes.
Maybe they were told by someone, I don't know who, that we want to kind of cut this shit out. We're just looking into honey traps or whatever.
Honey pots. Yeah. It just the way, the Cash Patel of it all.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
No, there is. I mean, a guy like,
maybe the worst liar ever. Maybe the worst liar in all of politics. I don't think I've seen. We know politicians usually lie. They all lie. But Cash Patel might be the worst liar I've ever seen in politics. Big up, Sardines.
Still tell him about Jeffrey Epstein, the financier?
Exactly. The financier, exactly. The financier, exactly. The philanthropist. Man of the people, Jeffrey Epstein.
Like, I mean, look, of course, they're going to compare him to James Baker, but the people who used to have jobs in the cabinet, James Baker types, and Rumsfeld, and not Scarborough, Scrowcroft. These are just bad. I mean, look, I know they're all, various types of, bad guys.
Sure.
But there was a gravitas.
They had a gravitas. Yeah. They had some type of, number one, they had composure.
Right.
Like Kesh Patel, when he's being interviewed, has no composure.
No, he looks like he's about to cry.
Yeah, he looks crazy. He looks like he's always being called in to like defend the job he has at a call center.
Yeah.
And it's not just because he's Indian. It's
I bet it isn't. That's a bit dicey. Thank God it's a Patreon, by the way. That's a little bit dicey, isn't it? Defending his job he has at a call center. Defending his job he has at the call center. That's what it sounds like. That sounds a little bit racist. Not gonna lie, I love Timmy Dillon, but yeesh.
That's not what I mean. But like, he looks like a guy who's like trying to sell people stuff.
He's Shelley from Glengarry.
Yeah, it's that vibe. It is that Glengarry vibe of like, you're out of here if you can't start closing.
These are shit.
Yeah, and they had gravitas is a great word for it, and they knew how to lie.
They knew how to lie. They knew how to take their time. And they knew, and look, the only thing worse than like a bunch of old men in smoky rooms or whatever the fuck,
right,
is like the same smoky room, but it's a bunch of guys you found in the mall. It's just like,
right.
At least have someone, at least have the illusion that like someone gives a shit about anything.
At least craft the lie.
Right.
Mm-hmm. This is what shocked me about this whole thing. I guess this is a statement. Yeah. The systematic review revealed no incriminating client list.
Mm-hmm.
There was also no credible evidence found that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as part of his actions. We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties.
Now,
listen to this.
Yeah.
Listen to this. By the way, this is one of the funniest. I'm going to read you now the paragraph before this.
Yes, it's the best one.
This is the best one I've ever.
This is the best one.
It's hilarious that I just read that paragraph first.
Yeah.
This is the paragraph that preceded this. Ready?
Let's go.
The files relating to Epstein include a large volume of images of Epstein, images and videos of victims who are either minors or appear to be minors.
Okay.
And over 10,000 downloaded videos and
Jesus
images of illegal child sex abuse material and other pornography.
Okay.
Teams of agents, analysts, attorneys, privacy and civil liberties experts combed through the digital and documentary evidence with the aim of providing as much information as possible to the public while simultaneously protecting victims.
What?
Much of the material is subject to court-ordered sealing.
Okay.
Only a fraction of this material would have been aired publicly had Epstein gone to trial, as the seals served only to protect victims and did not expose any additional third parties' allegations of illegal wrongdoing.
So what
Through
happened
this
then?
review, we found no basis to revisit the disclosure of these materials.
Oh
and
my
will not
God.
the release of child pornography. Here's what we're supposed
No
to
one's
do.
asking you to release.
Exactly.
No one has ever asked.
Exactly.
No one has ever asked that. No one has ever asked. It's like arguing with I mean, it's crazy. It's like arguing with a teenager who goes, like, you remember you're a teenager, your parents like, you can't go out. And they're like, so I'm supposed to have no social life? And it's like, no one said that. No one said you're supposed to have no social life. You can't go out tonight. You have a test tomorrow. This is crazy. This is what we're supposed to believe. There are 10,000 hours of videos.
Right.
The only person who did anything wrong was Jeffrey Epstein.
Exactly.
You can't charge anyone else.
Exactly.
There's
He's the only one responsible, and he's conveniently dead. Oh, he didn't kill himself. No, he did kill himself. He's the only one responsible. Nobody else is to blame. There is no client list, and he's conveniently dead. Yeah. And there's 1 minute missing from the surveillance footage, of which you can't even see the fucking door. The CCTV footage they released, you can't even see his door. And there's 1 minute missing. Okay, cool.
no one else that you don't recognize anyone else.
Well, look, I mean, here's there's confusion about, I feel like. Because you're saying effectively there's no master list.
Right.
Which I didn't know was on the table.
Yeah, who cares?
I thought that was like a euphemism. Because there were flight logs,
Right.
weren't there? Actual, and with people on
What
them?
about the 10,000 hours of video?
Right.
That would almost be better than the list.
Yeah.
Wouldn't 10,000 hours of evidence be better than the list?
Is it all Jeffrey?
That's so crazy that they go, well, there's no client list. But what about the clients in the videos?
Right.
Does that make any sense to anyone?
We like them on a list.
Sure, we saw him having sex with a 12-year-old, but is he on the list?
I mean, we're sure that's him.
By the way, this isn't a restaurant.
Right.
This isn't like a private club that you go into that you have hours and hours of video evidence.
Why wouldn't they? Look, even if it's like,
There's also, it's such a crazy thing to believe
Yeah.
that in those videos,
Right.
there was no actionable evidence, actionable intelligence, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You couldn't bring a case against anyone.
Exactly.
You're telling
one
me
other
in
person.
this
Exactly.
age of like hyper partisan, just ruthless politics,
Yeah.
that the Republicans wouldn't like to call a bunch of I know it's a bipartisan group of people, but like a bunch of Democrats like Bill Clinton, and just have them explain what they were doing on the island, right, and just have at least a show trial. Why is that not even on the table? I'm not saying we do anything, but
no.
it's interesting. It's interesting that that's like
It's so
shut it down.
obvious to most people. Anybody that has pointed this at the Democrats,
right.
Hillary, Podesta, and by the way, I'm not trying to exonerate any of them, but what I'm also now telling you is this is also complete. Republicans are
100%,
1,000% complicit.
But I don't think they're going to say that, though. I think most Republicans are going to make excuses. It's unfortunate because what you'd want, right? You don't want point scoring. Whoever was going to be in charge, whoever was going to be president, you would want to push them to a place where they release the Epstein files, right? You wouldn't take no for an answer. And if they did say no, if they did lie, you hold them accountable for it. You'd call them out. But I think each administration, each party is going to make excuses. Their base is going to make excuses. They like already the fucking Trump people are already getting in line and walking back everything they said previously about Epstein and the files and shit.
Rip to that man. An innocent man convicted of a victimless crime, a political prisoner, and most importantly one of God's chosen tunnel PPL.
A victimless crime, exactly. Where are the victims? Exactly, a victimless crime. That's brilliant.
So maybe they got the nod to like shut it all down.
Well, of
It's
course.
bigger than that.
Well, what is it? What does it lead to?
Right.
What does it lead to? Who's been blackmailing our country?
Bermuda?
Those French.
It's Trinidad and Tobago. That's it. It's Trinidad and Tobago. It's the guys over at Hungary. It's the Romanians. They're the ones. It's the Romanians. It's the cabal of Romanians.
Virgin Islands? What's been going on here? It does. You start asking questions. You start going, something seems up.
It's
I thought the government was the be all and end all.
No. Which government?
But it is just so funny. Like, I don't want to hear any more jokes about Hillary, about
Exactly.
Pizzagate.
Exactly.
Unless you are
Exactly.
including now not only the Republicans,
Right.
but the Trump administration.
Exactly. If you do call it out, you have to call out both sides. The Democrats had their Pizzagate. Now the Republicans have this fucking Epstein shit. He killed himself. There are no files. There is no big, whatever. It's done. There's no investigation to be done. There's no investigation at all. Israel, what did Israel have to do about it? Mossad, what's that? Is that a condiment? Mossad? Is that a condiment or something? I don't know what you're talking about. No one can say that anymore.
You now have to include, sorry about the cult of personality that you find yourselves in. You like the guy. He is funny.
Yeah.
But if you now, you've become a rube.
Mm.
a true rube, an idiot.
You can
who's
still hop
willful-
off now. No one's
Yeah.
asking to vote for Joe Biden.
Right. You don't do whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah, big up Sardis DJ. Planet Next. Planet Next is coming up. You read my mind. It's coming up.
But I mean, you can still not like co-sign this.
You have to realize you've been had.
Yeah.
There was a great movie called Dumb and Dumber, and they slid the guy, the Post-it note or whatever, the you've been had. You've been had. I mean, that's just what it is. You've been had.
Did she comment at all about whether Tom Hanks is a clone? Did we get clarity on that?
No, they'd put out a statement. Here's what they would say. They would put out a statement and go, we've combed through hours and hours of cloning footage.
Bosom Buddies episodes.
Yeah, people being clones. People being turned into clones. In that time, we've had lawyers and privacy advocates. By the way, what is a privacy advocate? Like, can you imagine the insanity of that? You go, oh, I'm a privacy advocate. They're like, good. So you're going to watch 10,000 hours of child porn and then tell us we shouldn't release it.
I know.
You go like, wait, what?
I love
Is this her? Oh, yeah, this is Carolyn Levitt. This bright light.
Jay and FBI have now concluded there was no Jeffrey Epstein client list. What do you tell MAGA supporters who say they want anyone involved in Jeffrey Epstein's alleged crimes to be held accountable?
This administration wants anyone who has ever committed a crime to be held accountable, and I would argue this administration has done more to lock up bad guys than certainly the previous administration. And the Trump administration is committed to truth and to transparency. That's why the Attorney General and the FBI Director pledged at the President's direction to do an exhaustive review of all of the files related to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes and his death. And they put out a memo in conclusion of that review. There was material they did not release because, frankly, it was incredibly graphic and it contained child pornography, which is not something that's appropriate for public consumption.
Oh, really? Thank you for protecting us from the child pornography. Okay, cool. Protect us from child pornography. Who's responsible for that? Could you tell us who's responsible for it, please? We don't need to see any of it, but could you just tell us who is to blame, who is responsible, who's in trouble, who's going to prison for that? Please, if you don't mind.
They committed.
All right, shut it off. Here's the thing. They really, I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They really think you're stupid.
Yeah.
They that underscores to me how stupid the contempt this administration has for you.
Right.
And people might get mad at me when I say it may outweigh how stupid the last administration thought you were.
Well, you say people who want the perpetrators held accountable. Well, to be fair, we've locked up a lot of people who've criticized the bombing of Gaza.
Exactly.
We've got lists. We just don't have the Epstein list, but we have lists.
We have Palantir's list.
Yeah, we have all kinds of lists. We have a lot of lists. The one list you want is the one we don't have. But we've got lists. Bibi Netanyahu's coming this week. We're making a list. Oh, we got a list. AI's actually making lists for us.
Right.
Palantir's got lists being made while we all sleep.
It's very efficient.
Lots of lists. All kinds of lists.
Pretty bleak.
It's that to me, the banality of it, the bleakness of it.
It's almost like they're not putting any English on it. They kind of want you to know, hey, this is not my call. Or
they're doing what the only way that I could I could kind of like explain this would be like, you remember you have a substitute teacher comes in and the substitute teacher kind of does this exasperated guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Your teacher left these things for you to do because she thought they were important for you to do. This is not my class. Like if you were being bad, a sub would always say, this is not my class. I teach in another district. I'm just here to help out your teacher. And that's what we're going to do. You're being treated. This is the energy of a substitute teacher who comes in and goes, guys, they looked at it. This is what the course of action is. Sorry. They don't explicitly say it, but they really are not taking any ownership over the fact that they are in control of the government.
Right.
That's
Exactly. Big up Tim Dillon. Check it out. Won't play the whole thing, but check out his Patreons. Good value. Honestly, I don't subscribe to a lot of patrons. I only subscribe. I think I subscribe to 3 on total. No, 2. No, 2. Yeah, 2. Well, 3, I guess. This Ralphie person, Cutting Room Floor, and Tim Dillon. But I recommend you check it out. It's really good, man. Tim Dillon Patreon is well worth the money. Well worth the money. So I recommend you check out Tim Dillon's Patreon. Bonus episode number 294. So you can hear that whole episode with Ray Kump called 10 Pounds Hours, where they talk about the DOJ's recent announcement that there's never been Epstein client list. They also discuss elites seemingly pushing society towards collapse and billionaires who support No Kings protests. So check it out.